So I did research for this. I know you guys do soundscapes, that kind of thing.
We're known for a good soundscape. Yeah.
You're
Soundscapes.
proscape.
Love the soundscapes. Born to soundscape.
Is there a specific reason why you guys choose this medium of music? Because like I know it's very specific. You know, there's like other ones a little bit, but it's generally like sort of off the beating path. Is there a specific reason why you guys like it?
I think we're just, expressing ourselves ultimately, and it's not really about choosing the genre, but just what the sounds that we like to make are coming out, and we're also best friends, so we're just combining those sounds together.
It's like you're at a party,
Yeah.
and you're trying to have a good time, and you're all just like, but you have to be in harmony with the other party goers, right?
Mhm.
So otherwise it creates a bad vibe.
It's true.
So, we all have to,
You got to have everybody on the same wavelength.
Yeah, and there has to be the mutual respect
Absolutely.
and giving one another space.
Mhm.
And that's what music's all about, because there's only so many frequencies. You can only take up so many, and sometimes you step on each other's toes, but that's part of the fun, right, when you're dancing.
Yeah, and I say like I honestly, there's dancing is the right word to use there. Stepping on toes happens sometimes, occasionally, but really, we don't feel like we pre-plan our music. Definitely just comes out. The one requirement is it has to have like a good steady groove.
Yeah.
And if it grooves and you can vibe to it, then we'll play it. But the soundscapes we use just sort of come from maybe the equipment that we use and the sound sources that we have access to, like saxophone, drums, samples. But the music just sort of comes out. So
Nice.
we haven't pre-planned it too much.
So how long have you guys been a band officially?
Ooh, Nick and I started playing in this group together more than 10 years ago, 13 years ago. Yeah. And we previously played in another group called Banana Fish. It was a prog rock band.
I like it.
Starting in 2008, I think.
Okay.
So we've been band brothers for quite a long time now. Yeah.
Okay. How would you say that your experience in music has changed your relationship with empathy?
With empathy?
Empathy.
Oh my God, that's a great question.
Thank you. I thought of it myself.
Wow.
That's why they gave me the microphone.
I mean, that's a tough question to answer, but I would say that as a group dynamic, we, you sort of have to feel what the other person is feeling in order to move forward together. And I think that's one of our strongest points is that we can all get together, work on a new song. The fact that the music just kind of comes out because of what's naturally being shared between the three of us.
Yeah.
That has a certain level of empathy behind it because we're all sort of sharing the progression together and sharing each other's feelings about what we're working on. So
I have something to add that I think regarding empathy in a band dynamic, it's important not to try to force someone to do something. You should respect what they like to do and what they're good at doing and try to find ways to support each other's strengths. And that requires empathy to recognize like what is AP's soul in music and how can we bring that out, and what is Dave's soul in music and how can we bring that out, and really just not try to put someone into your preconceived notion of what you want, but to recognize what they're very good at doing and find a way to support that. Do you have something to add?
Yeah, I would just say, it's kind of a celebration of one another's strengths, and that being in a band is very much like being in a relationship. It's kind of a cliche at this point, but often said that, it requires a lot of compromise and understanding and respect from one another, and otherwise it just falls apart. But there's also the dynamic of the musician and the audience.
Yeah.
I think that is an empathetic situation. When that's not connecting, then it's very much felt. I think more by the performers than anything. When it's not working, it's not working. But when it is working, it's like a beautiful kind of love you don't really feel in other contexts necessarily. So empathy is a big thing. But it's kind of, it's not a question we're normally asked, though. That's a great question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very cool.
I've got a bad question for you guys now. Okay. You guys are doing a set later tonight. Is there a specific reason why you've chosen the songs you have for this set, for this event, or is it just the latest album? Like, what's the mindset behind this? We've
actually, this is our first show in a public event together in about 2 or 3 years.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, we're very excited about it. So we had to dig deep to decide what we wanted to play tonight. During the pandemic, when things were shut down, we all took different life paths. We all used to live in Montreal. Nick now lives in Gatineau. AP now lives in Woburn in the Borderlands.
Sorry to hear that.
Montreal.
Yeah.
But we don't see each other as often, so we have to kind of plan things. about 2 months ago, we did a recording session at his place in the Borderlands. Very interesting place to be. Came up with a lot of new material. We're really excited about that.
Sweet.
That was only a few months ago. We're not really ready to perform all of it.
Okay.
We decided to intersperse some tracks from one of our earlier albums, some tracks from our last album from 2019, and one new song that we worked on a few weeks ago. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's just a spattering, and we hope to show more.
Great. I think we're out of time because Bryn was talking to me earlier that she's in a rush. But is there any last minute things you guys want to talk about before we call it?
Dave definitely has something to say. I want to say thank you for your excellent questions, and thank you to Bishop's University for hosting us. And we're excited to play in Centennial Hall.
Woo! Forward to it. I just want to say that us getting to this event was not a given. We woke up this morning in an ice apocalypse. I'm no joke. I know it's quite as bad here, but
yeah,
we had to drive past like parks where half the trees have like fallen, like
biblical obstacles.
Biblical. We woke up with, it sounded like a hailstorm happening, but it was just ice falling from trees.
It was raining frogs and blood.
Cow.
Yeah,
it was quite something. So we were not sure we were going to make it this morning. He texted me at 8:30 in the morning. He was like, "Dave, I don't know. What are we gonna do? we gotta get started for AP. The power was out. My power was out."
That's the voice you hear when I text
Snooze.
Hey, I don't know.
Oh, the ice storm can wait.
Yeah, so we're happy to be here, but it was not a given. So
awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining
After this
me.
day, I had to get that in.
I'm really looking forward to hearing you guys play, and thank you again.
Thank you, Colin.
Sweet.